Yeah, 4 o'clock on the dot. It's all about being precise with what we're trying to do out
Mm.
here. It's good to see, good to be. Dilly D out
That's it.
here. I'm about to get grounded with my dude Pettikash. Thank you very much for joining us today.
What's up? What's up? Not thank you. Thank you.
You're
How you
most.
doing, my guy?
I'm good. What I want to do is give you, some kind of a reasonable introduction. So, for those who don't
All
know,
right.
Pettikash,
All right.
super OG in the scene, you know, decades plus, a heavyweight on the stage, lyrically robust and insightful, and to wrap it up, just a classic MC. So big ups to you, my guy.
My guy. Wow, what an intro. What an intro. Man, I'm just a lyricist, man. Yeah,
That's the
man.
well. There we go.
Like, you know,
I
like
can add to it. Very humble as well.
yeah.
So how about that? Thanks for sticking up for that.
Nah, I'm just like, like, more like
Hey,
an overglorified smart ass at times.
yes, I
That's
really.
what I am,
That's perfect.
Think, mhm.
Yeah, I think that big ups to Tung Hoss who just followed us. Big ups for the follow. Thanks. Stick around, my
No,
dude.
big ups, big ups. Oh
Um,
yeah, man.
that yeah,
I
being
like,
able to
I gotta
embrace.
say, man.
Please go for
mm,
it.
So, yeah, I like what you're doing, man. I like what you're doing for the scene. I like how you bring in different musicians together, everyone on one platform. Because at the end of the day, man, like I always say, the real winner is hip hop, and big ups to you, man. You're doing big things yourself, man.
I appreciate that. I wish that I did. I wish that I did this to get that kind of that feedback. But yeah, it's just a nice little. I mean, for me, this is a smart venture. It's also I learn a lot through it. There's lots of reasons for me to do it. But yeah, I do appreciate you saying that it's having some kind of effect. And yeah, I guess that's why I'm going to continue to keep rolling it.
Full love.
Hey, so before we really get into it, into the meat and potatoes, if you will, into the nitty gritty, a good way I
Hmm.
find for us to get grounded is to acknowledge the sacred ground that we're on. So for me, I'm on the traditional custodians of the Boonwurrung people from the Kulin Nation is where I'm kind of recording from or going live at the moment. So just like to acknowledge that and pay respects to the elders past, present, emerging, and sovereignty of this land was never ceded; it was stolen. So we should be at least grateful and have gratitude for what we have and make something worthwhile of it. Spread the good stuff.
Mm.
Cool. How do you
Totally,
feel about
totally.
that?
I'm with that. I'm more with it.
Golden.
Nah, that's it, man. Like, man, you got to pay respect, man. Like, there's people that paved the way. You know what I mean? You've always got to acknowledge that, like, for us to be free as we are, man, there's people that died, and, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many sacrifices, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm all about history, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
it's who we are.
I appreciate the fact that you said,
Oh, mm.
like sacrifice, bloodshed, because that is often, the details that are left out, and that's hard to bring that up every time you kind of, I guess, acknowledging the
Well,
ground. And
see,
and
like,
that's across the
where
board,
I'm
any
from,
country, right?
where I'm from, I got family, you know what I mean, that have lived through, like, the hardships, like, I mean, like, the Africa's been through, like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Africa, so where
Yeah.
I grew up, I witnessed a heap of shit there. It's like I seen a lot, and yeah, man, like, you've always got to acknowledge, man, like, there's always people that like, paved the way, like, even for hip hop, you know what I mean, like, there's pioneers in the game, like, people who have laid the foundation for us to be able to do what we do. You know what I mean? It's like everything's got history. That's culture. I'm all about culture.
I like that. Everything is about history, and culture seems to be like the historical context, and like the
Mm.
build up to what is the moment now. And yeah, you can't really understand the present without having some kind of insight into the past. And of course, we can't know everything, but just have a bit of a look, I guess. you know.
Well, peep this. They call it the circle of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, the past always like it's always got an acronym. Like it's just we got better tools now. Like yeah, like technology's evolved a shit ton, but you know what I mean. Like our challenges, you know what I mean, the things that we see and face, they're still similar. You know what I mean? Like yeah, if you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I think you're kind of talking about, the eternal struggles that keep on emerging, I guess like, suffering and sacrifice and things not being fair or, injustice
Mm,
or corruption, there's these things that keep on looping, to understand is to perceive these patterns that repeat
mm.
themselves throughout history.
Like well, you know, like what most people don't know about me is like where I'm from Zimbabwe, and because my dad was actually against the government, like he was
Right.
actually killed by the government. You know what I mean? And
Right.
it was one of
So
that
who
was
was
like so
an
it's like
activist that got
exactly,
taken?
and it's, you
Damn.
know, and at the end of the day, it's like, what can you do about it? That's how it was back there. So you
So
know
he
what I
really
mean?
put
Like I
he really
do.
put everything on the line, eh?
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah. That's you know what I mean. So like we're talking about, like the people that paved the way, like you know what I
Yeah,
mean. Like you can't not acknowledge you can't not acknowledge that. You know what I
absolutely.
mean? Like even you know for myself in this hip hop game, like there's a lot of people that have inspired me. Like I mean, like not even rappers, not even famous people, but like there's just a lot of people that have inspired me. Like a lot of people I'll always pay respect and props to.
Hmm. Does anyone right now come to mind that is in some way
Of
fresh
course,
or
My guy Shorty Mike,
yeah?
um, yourself, my guy Elevate, the
Hey,
boys in Sydney, TTB.
hey.
Man, like this is a lot, man. Like you're gonna give me shut, man, because I'm not mentioning names, but like I don't know,
No, you don't have to.
you know who you are. If I
Hey,
fuck with you, I fuck with you, man. Like you know, you get me, you get me. You know, like there's a lot of
hey.
artists out there, you know. I mean, like it just depends, like what we talking. Like you know, if we're talking R&B, we're talking Pasika. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I love all these guys. You know what I mean? Like I love everybody who's doing their thing. Anybody who's doing their thing, they inspire me because it takes a whole different mindset to be like, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna be a musician. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, I guess it's a rebellious act within itself, right?
mm. So man, like, and you know, to get to the point of like actually pushing music out there, having gigs, getting merch out, and everything. It's like I know the struggle, man. Like I feel you.
Hey. Yeah, there's always a lot to be done. I was talking to Fungi yesterday actually, and he was certainly alluding to the fact that really he broke it down in terms of hours in the day, 24 hours in the day. For 10 hours or so you're sleeping, or trying to get to sleep or waking up, etc. You're gonna work for somewhere between 6 to 10 hours a day. You're eating and shitting a bunch. Essentially, you've only got somewhere between 1 and 4 hours, maybe. That's if you don't indulge in anything else to kind of do that art
Yeah,
in that time, and that is the reality for a lot of us. And yeah, it's a
but
sacrifice.
that's where it is though. You know, like it's time management. It's time management. You know what I mean? Because I know some artists. You know what I mean? That get up 5 in the morning. I myself, man, like I'm a 5 a.m. person.
No shit. There you
Like,
go.
man, I get up 5 in the morning because that's man. I could get probably like 6 hours worth of work done between 5 and 7 because it's
Mm,
quiet. Like, it's just me. I'm focused. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, you gotta sacrifice. You know what I mean. Like, do you really need that 10 hours of sleep? Maybe you know. Maybe you need 7. Maybe like it is what it is. Like, because you gotta get money. You gotta bring money in. So you gotta hustle. You gotta goddamn work. And then you got loved ones. You know what I mean. You gotta spend time with them. And apart from all of that, you only you got to human. You know what I mean? You need your downtime.
Yeah, you need your you time, and that's not the you
Mm,
trying to make you to make stuff time. That's different times.
nah, nah, man. Like I mean, like that's just knowing when to ease off and like just I'm gonna put my feet up. I'm gonna rest.
Yeah, yeah. Got to set some limitations and some boundaries around that. Otherwise,
Exactly,
you go too hard, you burn off, and then you've got a reason to not get back into it instead of just being consistent, chipping away.
man. I've been real hard on myself lately, man. Like I said, I set a time. I've got to be in bed by a certain time,
Mm.
and I put my phone on do not disturb. You know, and it's I've got to sleep. When it's
Yeah.
time to sleep, you know, like I, I find, man, ever since I started doing that, like I wake up fresh. Like I mean, like nothing bothers me. Like you know, having an unbroken like a sleep that's not broken up, it's pretty. I don't know, it's refreshing. It's good for you. But man, what do I know, man? Like you see, like is that I can function better.
Mm. Yeah. It really takes a bit of exploration to get that balance going. Um. All right. So
Got to be
like,
open minded too, man.
yeah, yeah, to different kind of approaches, and you don't have to. You kind of observe what people are doing around you, but it's not like that's the way I'm gonna do it. You just kind
Mm,
of trying to shuffle your own way of making it work
exactly,
for you.
exactly.
So I don't know too much about your history, kind of in the scene here in Melbourne, and I guess like worldwide as well. Um,
Mm.
so if you want to take me back to kind of the lead up to just before you got to your first stage, you're working on some music, you had a couple tracks or something, and somehow you got the nerve and everything to get up on stage. Tell us about when that happened and how it happened.
All right, man. Like, okay. So music, I was inspired by Michael Jackson. Like when I first, I mean, when I was a kid, man, and I saw Michael Jackson on stage, like, because my dad had all these cassettes of Michael Jackson, and like I
Hey.
seen that, and I seen how he had the crowd captivated. Like it's just, I was doing, that was me. I was like, that's what I want to do, music. But I mean, like that time was like you just thinking of it as a kid, and then I grew older, and man, I was exposed to all different kinds of music, and hip hop was just, I loved hip hop, man. Like hip
Mm-hmm.
hop was just you talk your shit. You know what I mean? Like just
And you
you
like
talk it
talking,
like you
we like talking shit, don't we?
exactly, man. Like man, what do the boys do? Like you know what I mean? Like man, okay. Anytime the boys link up, I swear at least about 60% of that is shit talk.
Absolutely. It's
I mean,
banter.
like
It doesn't
it's
really
like
mean
that's
anything, but it means everything.
it doesn't. It's just meaningless. It's just taunting. It's like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and there's probably like 10% of like how you been in there. It's like
Mm,
yeah,
mm.
but like that's how it is. Yeah, no, no.
Okay. So,
So, but okay, so
yeah, keep
yeah, and
pushing
then
it.
I heard Nas when I first heard
Okay.
Nas. That was my fucking oof, yeah. I just liked how this dude was like, because I used to love reading. It's like I still do. I love reading, and this dude was just critical, man. Like it's like his pen game, like the shit he was writing about was like wow. Like I just never heard hip hop in that aspect, and then I was like, God damn, yeah. It's just like
Mm. There's a bit of
I
a
started writing a
genre
bit.
breaker there, a little bit.
Oh man, like I listened to everything, country, reggae, even like Zimbabwean music at that time. Like I listened to everything.
Hey,
Yeah, and then but like my cousin started rapping, and like
what age are we
actually
talking for both of you, you and your cousin?
okay my cousin was he was 14, I was 13 at
Okay,
this time.
okay, cool.
Yeah, and I was like, God damn. It's like yeah, he actually got me into rapping. Like shout out to him actually. He passed away and he passed away in Feb.
Oh,
Yep,
truly.
killed yep,
My
killed
con-
back in Africa by some terrorists.
my
But like
condolences, my dude.
yeah, yeah, man. Like
Can we
yeah,
put
there
him on the
was
map now
his
that
life,
I've got
man.
up my digital Melbourne map? Can we put him on the map?
How we gonna
What
do
was
that?
his name?
Oh no, it's okay. It's a bit of a tongue twister, but shout out to my homie Nyasha, Nyasha. Like yep,
N
and
Y
that's
A
that
S
was my
H
brother.
A.
That was my best friend.
All right.
Yep. Like he
An
got me in the game. He
an
taught me
MC, a
like how to
producer
speak.
as well, or
He was more of an
everything?
MC, man. Like
Okay.
yeah, his name was Kirsty. Like that was his rap name. Kessy.
Kersey.
Kessy. Kissy. Yeah. So it's like, but like yeah, like that was like, man, what? Yeah, took me on a journey, and then I ended up leaving. Came to Australia. Still had a love for the game, and then man, I was a bad boy for a bit. Done some dumb things, man. Growing up, like got locked up. But then that was the life changing moment, I guess. So when I talked to myself, like it just comes to a point where it's like that's not what I want to do. That's not
Right.
who do I want to be? Who do you want to be? Where do you want to be? And
So
like yeah, so it was like
so what age did you hit Australia, and then yeah, what age did you kind of get out of jail and kind of have
all right. So
this newfound
I got to
direction?
Australia when I got to Australia when I was 18,
Okay.
and then I went to jail when I was like 23. But like, cause like between that time, like also like I just lost my dad. So that
Hmm.
was like it was a crucial time, man. It was crazy ass times. Like
Right.
I was more like yeah, like I was wild teen, man. Like just doing dumb things, hanging around with the wrong peeps. Like fucking
Mm-hmm.
we'll do it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but you know, I don't know. It was a pivotal time for me, man. Like I mean, it's not like I was scared out there. Like I'm an OG, man. Like they know me. Like it's like
Right.
I mean, I'm an OG. But it's
Right.
like I'm a think it's it's like yeah, like I used that time like studied, trained, got
Yep.
fit, just started like yeah,
Did
self
you
improvement,
did
self
you write any
development.
full tracks in there during that time?
Man,
Did
during
you?
that time, I used to write a track a day.
No shit.
Like
Is this
I
like in
swear,
your
man.
head, or like were you able to write to any kind of music, or what was
Nah,
going on?
man. Like nah.
Just straight
I'd
on
have
the
to hear
pad.
a beat. I'd have to hear a beat, right? And like just catch like whatever that rhythm is. So it's like what I mean. So try and write like at least an eight, so I've got the right pattern of
Uh
that
huh.
track. So you know what I mean? It's like at least it's like da da da
Um,
da 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 da. I mean, it's like whatever. Yeah, like yeah,
Powerful.
like
That's quite the Jedi mind technique to learn.
man, you got to do it, man. You got to do what you got to do, man. Like,
Mm.
but yeah, it was crazy ride, man. Look, we could be talking for hours about this, but like, long story short, man, like, I ended up, yeah, I started doing these back, like, hitting the stage again after I got out, and yeah, that was with the homies at Howlin' Funk,
Okay. And you
and
were
like, yeah, yeah, so
and you
like, there was a city, we, oh, we're just rapping like, yeah, we're hitting it up, like, we had like a couple of, hit up a few shows, and it ended up coming to Melbourne.
yeah.
See, like, but like at that time, like when I was in Sydney, though, like I did make some, made some breaks. It's like I'm a hustler. I hustle. um, I did Born Breezy concert and
Okay.
this yeah this what was it the Savage concert, the Newcastle one. I did those, and
Huge.
then I ended up coming to Melbourne to work with my man James Hollins. Shout out to James. And yeah, like he taught me a few things, and I just pretty much hustled away to like jump a CD baby, like Found out I could distribute my own music.
Right.
Linked up with that as a distribution, and then yeah, so I'm just I connected. I just put myself out there, man. Just linked up with the right people, try and find people I can work with, and what I mean. Like just, but at the same time, it's never anything selfish. What I mean, like it's always about if I want to work with you, it's like I'm also if I want if I want you to do something for me, I always find like what can I do for you first.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
kind of
Like
like in a way, a fair exchange or trade.
exactly. You know what I mean? I try and give like an I'll try and find an equal amount of value and give even more. So it's like you know what I mean? We work well together.
Yeah, yeah. You kind of want it to be like a super win-win for both parties to continue or sustain that
Exactly.
relationship.
I
Yeah.
want to I want I want to give you incentive because once you got incentive, you're gonna put your heart and soul into this shit.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm invested.
Exactly. So like if I can get you excited about the shit, then yeah, cool.
So it's interesting, trying to get people excited about your stuff, when it comes to promotion, self-promotion, all these things. What have you found in the past 5 or so years that kind of works when it comes to building some audience or following with your music online? Yeah, what are a few things that you've done for a while that seem to work, and maybe something that doesn't work?
Man, be yourself.
Okay,
I honestly that's like if I could drop any game on anybody's be yourself.
right,
Because
agreed.
you know what I mean? Yeah. People got like a sixth sense when it comes to shit. Like they can read if you're fake. You know what I mean? Like if you come across with a fake persona, they can read, they can catch you. But just be yourself. If you're a funny guy, be a funny guy. And you know what I mean? Like
Right.
that's what draws people to you. You know what I mean? That's what I found. Like even with any product, anything that people do, it's like people people fall in love with the reputation, not the actual brand itself. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah, like I guess the reputation is the story, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you look at you look at all the greats. They've all got a story to tell.
It's
You know what I
true.
mean? And everybody can like pretty much rattle their story up, or part of their story up at the tip of the tongue. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. Like everyone has a story. It's not something that only some people have got a good story. If you really
Nah,
think about,
yeah,
everybody
nah.
has got a good story, that's
Oh
worthwhile
hell
telling.
yeah,
Yeah,
hell yeah,
yeah,
man. I always think that man. It's like even when I'm just walking, like it's like, when I see random people, I always think like, I wonder what's that person's story. It's like
yeah.
everyone's got a story, man. Like you just don't know. You'd be surprised.
Abs-
Everyone's got a story that'll blow your fucking mind.
yeah, I agree. Like, life is crazy, and we've all gone through a lot, and everyone's one step away from, the edge or
Exactly.
whatever it is.
What I'm saying, man. Like it's like everybody's going through it in one way or the other, man. That's
Hmm.
why like I don't get pissed off with people. I don't know people accountable like for anything. It's just like I understand that. It's just people just trying, man. They're just trying what's working for them.
Mm. And whenever you
In their
try and
own minds,
control,
they just
whenever you try and control what they're doing, it's a disaster. You know,
oh man.
so you just got to
Uh,
let all of
or
that
apply
go. You know,
or you try and apply reasoning from your world into their world. It's like good luck. Just
exactly.
you know what I mean? Like I leave it. There's no time, you know. It's like
Yeah,
24
yeah,
hours in a day, motherfucker. 24
yeah.
hours.
That's right. To figure out your shit, and that's enough.
Exactly, man. Like I need my sleep too. Don't get me wrong. Like I might be up at 5, but like I do need my shit.
Hey, and you can't be thinking about other people's problems when you're trying to go to sleep. That's a nightmare.
Nah, nah. Man, like sometimes, man, like some people I just keep away from that, man. It's like I'm protecting my energy, man.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, of
it's just
course.
it's not that I don't like them, man, but it's like every time. I'm with them. It's all doom and gloom, and it's just I end up all doom and gloom, and we all end up doom and gloom.
Right. Yeah, there's some people who are out there that are vampires and they just don't know that they're vampires. And you hang around them
Mm-hmm.
and they just suck and drain that energy. And sometimes you don't even notice the teeth sinking into your neck, but it comes a point where you feel a
Yeah,
little faint because
like
they've
fuck, man. Like,
drained the blood.
yeah,
Yeah.
man, that's what I mean, man. It's like you're on point, man. Like that's how I feel. It's like
Right.
you got to guard your energy. You got like some people are just like they're good peoples, but they just man. Like okay,
Let
let's
them hear
say
it.
okay,
Let them hear
if
it.
if you okay, if you have a okay, let's say like something's bothering you, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then you walk up and then you see that like everyone there, like or maybe there's 3 or 4 people there having a good time. I'm guessing you'd be like, you know what? Like if it's not that urgent, I can share this tomorrow. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Don't
yeah,
ruin
you
their
know what I
moment. They've got the moment.
mean?
They're in the moment.
Exactly.
They're engaged.
But
It's magic.
that
It's
that's
memories.
that's how I am, man. That's how I am. It's like I'm like,
Mm.
oh shit, man. Like man, I can hold on to this for a day, man. Like it's like, but nah, man.
Yeah,
Like
my shit
some
would have
people,
to be
man. Like
so somehow incredibly important, some wild news for me to feel like I'm going to go in there and kind of break that moment to feel,
man,
to get my attention or whatever.
man. But and you know what's crazy about it? Like it's like while these people are being down, right? You could turn around and say, I just got like okay. I just done a track with J Cole, and they'll still be like, hey, that's cool, but yeah, my problem is this. So
Right,
you
exactly.
know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, and
right,
that's what I gathered. That's what I see. And I'm like, well, you know what? Like, you don't really fuck with me like that. Like, it's like this. this I'm leaving. You know what I
right.
mean? Like, that's the way I'm at. Like, that's where I'm at. I just
Yeah, you want
people
people.
tell you and show you every
Yeah,
day what you mean to them. They tell you and they
yes,
show you every day.
yeah.
I, and I just
Yeah,
ain't got
so
time for it.
you got to have people around you who are going to positively reinforce the good things or the things that you want to do, the things that you're aiming and striving to do, because you want to set it up so you're getting maybe a bit
Mm,
of an indicator or some feedback from, people and parties around you to help
Yeah.
you continue to
Yeah.
grow.
Well, Bill Gates said it best. He goes, he prefers he prefers bad news to good news because bad news is actionable. So it's like because if you tell me that 97% of the accounts are doing good, yeah, that's great. But why is this 3% not doing? Yeah, so
Yes.
either it's so that's what he
Interesting
wants.
point.
He wants the bad news.
Yeah, because that's what needs to be fixed, and we should be doing nothing else but fixing what needs to be fixed. I
E-
mean, that is the
Exactly.
eternal that
Ma-
is the eternal goal.
ma- The most dangerous thing you can have in your camp band is a yes man
Mm. Yeah, you won't grow.
because oh man, like they'll say yes to anything. That's why I'm proud. I'm glad, you know what I mean? Like, I've got homies from past 5, 10 years who, to this day, like, they can call me and tell me, "Yo, your last single was ass. It was shit." You know what I mean? Like, and I'll
That's
pause and
awesome.
I'll go, you know what I mean? Like, I feel that. Like, I mean, like, it's coming from a place of love. I know that
Right.
because,
Because
like,
you go, sorry.
because I know at the same time, if I drop something that's fire, the same motherfuckers. Bro, that shit was fucking, bro, that shit was flaming. So I know like these guys really, really mean it. These guys are really invested. Because when I
Right.
do put the flaming shit out, they do share it out. They share it, like it's everywhere. It's all over the place. But
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you got to have faith that they're actually, they know w's good from you. So,
th-
yeah.
they've got a standard that they expect from you. Like I guess that's right. Like so you got your friends must have a certain standard that they hold you accountable to.
I've always found it way more beneficial and long term I mean, yeah, like better to surround myself with older, more wise, more skilled people. You know, just
Mm,
being able to even just observe what they're doing is almost enough, uh, either inspiration or motivation to go and do the thing instead of hanging around with people who do less than you and make you
mm,
feel good about the shitty amount that you're doing in that in that moment.
mm, mm, mm. It's crazy how life works. Like this is this man is everything. It's everything.
And that's the shit you have
And
control over because you can set that up, right? It's not like, oh, this friend is here and you can't get rid of them, or this person's here and you can't, you know.
man, like here's the thing. You're not entitled to stay with anybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a fact.
Mm-hmm.
People might want to say what they want to say, but it's like, if something is poison, you should walk away. Man,
Yeah,
like, and I don't say, like, like, I'm not saying things are bad. Okay, there's friendships that they run their course and it just starts draining. You know what I
yeah,
mean? There's friendships that, you know what I mean? Like, there's people who, if we met when I was 20, we'd be fucking inseparable. We would party all week. We'd do all kinds of shit.
hey,
But now they got families, they got shit to do. I'm
yeah.
doing my own thing. It's like I don't know. It's a journey, man.
You don't owe anyone anything. I mean, you should always be respectful and have people's best interests at heart, but not at the
Yes,
detriment of
of
you and your
course,
own life and your own shit.
yes. But like that's what I mean. See, everyone's happiness is in their own hands.
Yeah,
Right? It like it's not up to anybody else. Because anybody can just leave at any time.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not being dark or anything. I'm saying anybody can just leave at any time.
Well, it's
Like
it's ultimately freeing,
life
right?
has proven that. Like exactly. And when you let go, you like you know what I mean. Like when you let go, you make space. When you make space, something else comes in. It's just you live
Mm,
life, man. Like that's life.
that
But
is life. I kind of feel like that with my ex girlfriend. My ex girlfriend.
oh, goddamn.
It's kind of like
Nah.
there's this gap, but I guess it's just another space to kind of grow something else into, right?
Exactly, man. Exactly,
Mm,
man. You take the good and the bad. Either way, you still gotta get up, show up. You still gotta do what you gotta do, man.
right. And attachments, and by attachments I mean like literal, like if you can't get over the death of somebody, then you won't recover and won't move forward, and you'll remain static, and I guess ultimately close to being
Man,
as dead as they are.
I'll tell you what's crazy. Okay,
Tell me what's crazy.
I don't want to talk about this because it's like this one's been close to the heart, right? It's like
Hmm.
one of my best homies, like scientific. He died a couple of years ago as well. He was one of my rhymers as well.
Hey,
Like,
R.I.P.
yeah, like it was like, you know, what I mean, like that was man, what were we saying just before this? Like,
Well, I was saying that if you can't, I was talking about attachments. Like attachments even to people. They pass away, and if you continue to be attached to them and can't like move
that's right.
forward, then yeah, you get static.
That's right. So I was saying, man, like, yeah. So when he passed away, I had to fly to Sydney for his funeral. And man, like I remember I was in a state. And I was I remember like seeing like when the dirt went on his coffin and everything, and like I'm just sitting there like I was
Mm.
and this this thing hit me. I was just this thought. And it was just thanks for the ride, you crazy motherfucker. Like and
Hey,
I just kind of laughed inside. And it's like instead, for that little, it was like was in my heart, like or inside of me was raining and it was a storm, but it was like that little moment was like sunlight and just you know what I mean, like there was some crazy fucking memories. That was the best.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and
Like,
to not acknowledge that and bring that to life at the moment would be doing both of you a disservice.
I mean, so accept it for what it is. That was a part of life. We grew. You know what I mean? And same goes for some people. We just don't talk anymore, man.
Right.
We got other shit to do.
Yeah.
Some people we used to kick it every day. Now it's like I wouldn't even know. Like I mean, like if they've had 10 kids now.
True. I hope for their sake they haven't. I'm kidding.
Pandemic babies, man. Pandemic babies.
Do you reckon do you reckon there's been an increase, in terms of childbirth in the past couple of years? What are your thoughts? Do you think people are fucking more or less right now during this pandemic?
What I'm saying is people need to invest in more TVs, more books.
TVs and books over babies, eh?
So even rabbits would be tired by now.
Yeah, true.
I swear, man. How y'all doing this? But you're in the same house, I guess. You just bumping each other, and it's like, all right.
Right, yeah. I don't know. It all seems kind of temporary and hard to get your hands on.
Oh man,
But
dude, right.
I don't know.
Some of us escaped that.
Yeah, yeah. Look,
Yeah,
it's a whole lot of
shit.
time for self love. And I don't mean, I mean working on myself, not jerking myself.
What's gonna be? It's like, it's like, so what's it's like why Gen Z and it's gonna be Gen Pandemic.
Yeah. We'll call them
Yeah.
the pandas or something. Oh shit.
Call them the pandas.
Fucking
Yeah.
pandas. Check out these fucking pandas. They don't know. They were born in
Them
a
baby's
fucking
gonna be
pandemic. They got no idea.
they're gonna be angry as fuck, man. They were born in prison.
They're true. They get weird when people aren't wearing masks, and for them it's like, gotta have the mask all the time. Yeah.
Hey, hey, hey. I won't have a laugh, man. We won't have a joke, man. Shit. I want to get slammed by a
Yeah, all good. We won't get into masks and whatnot. Even though, anyway, I'm kidding. Let's
I'm
let's talk
not doing this with
let's talk about some king shit, man. Let's talk about your recent release.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. My single king is out now
Boom.
today. The 1st of October, Friday the 1st of October.
It's all lined
King,
up.
produced by Luke Goons, mixed and mastered by the boy Loco Elevate.
Cool, cool. So
Yeah,
these guys that you work with often, that you've been working with them for a while, the producer and engineer.
um, no. Like, so Luke Goons,
Great.
I done one of my tracks with them before, was Pour Myself a Drink.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then,
Yeah.
but at that time, I actually recorded King shit. So that's like 5 years ago. But it's like I just sat on the track and I just didn't feel it. And I used to play. I've played the track to like a lot of my mates. Like would just come to and like, oh, what do you think of this? Like, man, what can I get a copy of that? And I was like, nah, I'm not feeling it, man. I'm not feeling it. And
Okay.
then
Okay.
5 years later, I was sitting there like I played it. Mind you, this is just the raw version. I'm like, this is a sick track. What am I doing? I was like, all right. And I sent it. So my boy Loco was like, man, I need to work on some shit. So give me some shit. So I was like, all right, here, work on this. And then he sent it back. I was like, all right, like, wait, we got a single.
Bam.
So
So it was
yeah,
pretty quick turnover, I guess. you've made you got quite the catalog. So, I mean, to from it was something you already had in the bank, and then you just kind of brought it into the studio and kind of turned it over
well,
quickly, or
actually, I had to re-record it because like he wasn't happy with the quality.
yeah.
Yeah, so like yeah, I had to like um, and because we're locked down, so like I got my gear, so I just set up that and just ran through. But then that's also opened up a whole like whirlwind of opportunity because through that, um, 4 other tracks are coming off this. So like
Oh,
brand new tracks that yeah. So
the ripple
that
effect.
was just yeah. So
That's huge. I feel
Stay
like
out the elevator. Hope you're ready, boy.
does that happen to you a bit? Do you feel like there's a lot of like serendipity or kind of like these moments of synchronicity or things just kind of clicking
Man,
in for you?
man, it's the universe, man.
Yeah.
When everything's guarded.
So
When everything's guarded.
you're aware of that happening, and you kind of and it kind of emerges for you because of, I guess, your awareness around it.
Like, yeah, man. Like, and you also got to know, like, it works the opposite way too. Like, sometimes you're being told not to go a certain way.
Right. The warnings.
Yeah, like with people especially. Man, I'm like, when I meet people the first time, my antenna's like bang, like it's like I need to know,
Mm.
like what we're dealing with. I don't know, it's
Do you
crazy
think?
world we live in, my guy.
Do you think that you're? Do you think you're pretty good at reading people off the bat initially?
Man, there's nobody's gonna be my friend.
So
No,
you almost have to give people a chance. Is that what you're kind of saying?
yeah, like that's what I mean, man. Like, not like because then that'll make me judgmental.
Sure,
Yeah,
but
but
we're
you know what I mean?
talking
Like,
about leaving some friends before, and I guess there's some element of
e-
judgment around there.
exactly. What I'm saying is like it comes back to that too. We're saying so it's like people tell you and show you what they think of you every day.
Right.
So that's what I'm watching for. Like,
S- So you allow
what are you
them
telling me? What are you showing me?
to show you their hand. They kind of people show their cards in a sense.
Exactly. Like I'm like because and at the same time, like I said, like because I'm not reserved. I'll play my hand. I
Right.
want to like I mean I'll play my hand. Like this is me. Like
Because
but
you got nothing to
I never
hide.
play 'em exactly. But I never play my full hand though. That's like I'm always like
Sure.
and I'm pretty sure that's what life is, man. Like give and take, give and take. All right, okay, okay, okay. And
Mm.
then
Hmm.
now we know each other.
Right. Because we've played some games. We've seen some cards.
This happens with everybody, man. Even with
Mm.
like partners, man. The whole dating phase is just do,
Right.
do, 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 do.
Yeah, it's a game. It's a quite an intense back and forth, and there's giving,
Exactly.
and there's revealing, but there's also you can't I guess in a sense reveal everything like all at once. There's steps involved to building it up.
That's it. Even in business, man. Even in business. Nobody's just gonna come and say, all right, we just met. How is all my all my savings?
Mm.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's like, all right, I'm gonna give you $1,000. What can you do with this? I'm gonna give you 2 grand. I'll give you 10 next
Right.
time.
Yeah, because if you know what to do with 1 grand, you probably know got a reasonable idea. You know what to do with two.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like
Mm.
that's how trust plays, man. It's like I'll give you a bit of trust. You give me a bit of trust. Ta-ra, ta-ra, ta-ra. And
Right. Well, it's even what's happening now between you and myself, right? Like just like through conversations, right? I guess that's how a lot of it plays out. You know,
mm, mm,
exchange and trust.
that's
Sure.
life, man.
Tis.
That's life.
Tis.
Everyone's got their guard up these days.
Yeah. What do you attribute that to? People having their guard up. What do you think that's about?
Mm, I think there's someone out there who likes keep people afraid. Like people have to stay afraid.
Yeah.
People stay afraid of each other. Man, people don't even check on their neighbors no more. And like this is like pre-pandemic. You were hearing about people dying and like they get found in their homes like weeks later. It's like, what the fuck, man? If that was my neighbor, I'd shoot myself in the foot, man. It's like that's fucking stupid. Like, you didn't even realize like the rubbish was piling up. You didn't realize you hadn't seen them in a couple of days.
Right. Or maybe
Like,
you did.
so I mean,
Maybe
we
you
just
did see the rubbish, but you thought that they're an asshole because they're not dealing with their shit because
yeah,
because of
but
your
like,
judgment or whatever.
but it's something like society's just becoming more and more secluded, and I feel like it's happening
Mm.
through fear.
I
Right?
I couldn't agree more, and I think there's
And
the fear is actually distributed, and it's purposeful, a lot of it. And I do feel like we're a lot
oh
more
man,
secluded
this
from
the fear show.
communities.
d- d- Have you seen the fear show that's on it's on at 5 p.m., 6 p.m., I think 7:30.
All of them.
Yep, yep.
It's it's a real
The,
shit
you
show.
know,
Just as soon as you come
you,
back from work, you get to see all of it.
you turn it on, it's like, be afraid of this.
Continuously forever.
Be afraid of this. Oh,
Mm.
these guys are gonna rob you. Oh, there's a deadly disease. Oh, there's a fire. Oh, there's this. Oh, there's that. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Like,
That is
oh,
the biggest tool of
I'll stop.
manipulation.
No, yeah, I'll stop watching when I realize that I I could sit there and watch the news for like 2 weeks straight, and you won't hear one thing good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe like some cat got rescued from a fucking tree because that's like the little novelty, sweet little story at the end, and it's all kind of
Oh yeah,
fucking
yeah.
meaningless, and they
And
don't
your team
report on.
and your team won. Yeah.
Yeah, your team won
And your team won.
exactly. That's the thing that kind
Look,
of wraps it up. It's like, yeah, don't worry, but we won in the fucking whatever
yeah,
ball game you're playing. Yeah, I love sport and everything. Got no qualm with it,
yeah.
but the way
And
it's
fuck, tomorrow's gonna be
packaged.
cold. And tomorrow's gonna be cold too.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Tomorrow's gonna be
tomorrow's gonna be
cold too.
cold too.
Yeah, your team won, but the weather's gonna be shit. So it's still
Yeah,
fucked.
but it's like but and they also tell you like it's like somewhere in there they sneak in the financial section that like I feel like 70% don't even understand what the fuck's the Dow Jones. It's like a bucket shit. You got somebody like from like any nobody understands that shit. People just sitting there like okay, like yeah, but pretty much they just like that's the only time that they actually dropped any reasonable game.
Right, right. Some actual figures,
That's
some actual facts, something that's kind of
you know what I mean.
useful for
So
people who know.
if you know your stocks and you know this shit, this is what I was waiting for.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
the world's always
okay,
burning, but I tell you what, I got my eye on this.
yeah, yeah. What's going with the Colgate stocks? It's like-
Yes, I
That's
love
what
that.
I mean, man. Like it's the world we live in, bro.
It's
Man,
mm,
it's crazy.
so I guess like it seems that this mechanism or tool of fear has been used so effectively and truly does what it is set out to do to most people. Like, what kind of hope do we have from breaking away from this like fear feedback loop? You know.
As this one, as this one. Okay. Oh no, we'll never force anybody to have to get the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple months later, nah, we're not gonna force you, but you might lose your job. You might not be able to go out. You might not be able to leave your house. The rest of society's gonna look at you like a shit cunt and blame
Yeah,
you
you're the villain now.
for our problems. But no pressure. No pressure. Just
No pressure. But also, you look at the stats of like who's in the hospital beds, with COVID and who has been vaccinated, one or two doses. And there's plenty of people double dosed, like it, and it seems to it just doesn't really seem to add up. If even if we do the
look,
thing that we were told to do, it still isn't going to be as effective as we
look.
would think it
I,
to
I,
be.
I, I will say this. I will say this because there's like a big misconception going out there that this shit isn't real. Like I've got friends, like I know friends and family who've experienced it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let us hear it.
and the shit is real. It is
Yeah.
fucking real. Like like there's countries like back in Africa, people like with this fucking mass graves, people are fucking dying. Like
Same in
it's
India
terrible.
as well. I mean, many countries,
That's what I mean. Like,
Southeast Asia. I
mm.
mean, plenty of places. Go on.
So the shit is real. There
Yep.
is something getting around. I don't know what it is. Watch your immune system. That's all I'm gonna say. Watch your immune system. Keep your mind healthy. None of that shit can get to you.
Yeah. 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 The best defense is a. Good off. Anyway, I'm not gonna play that joke, but I think you're right. I mean, where's the focus on the immune system and our own natural tools
Uh,
to fight this thing, which is the thing
this
that's been
was
fighting off everything else. You know, this is nothing new.
that's what I mean. Like I, I would imagine. I mean, like this is just me. Like look, like I said, I'm just a lyricist or an overglorified smartass.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of doing all that, like you know, putting double people's money and selling and everything, they could like assemble like an immune booster package per person.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, why? If you really wanted to help people through, like, yeah, like care packages, why would you just give them
Yeah,
the money to spend on booze and shit? Why would you not just like supply them with great food every week? You know, as like part of whatever they're
yeah.
reimbursing them. Like, I understand you can't pay rent with vegetables, but yeah, I mean,
Uh,
and also like encouraging, you know, some kind of physical exercise programs. You know, getting people out doing things. You know, if people can go and hang out in the park with friends, I mean, surely they can, you know, kick the ball, fucking do whatever else, you know, you could be doing.
yeah. It's to me, it's just again like things don't make sense.
Things do not make sense.
Uh, things don't make sense. It is what it is. But yeah. Who knows, man? Who
Life
knows,
is full of chaos and the unknown, all times, forever.
man? Like this, we got a saying like where I'm from in Zimbabwe. I'm gonna spit some Shona for you. It's like "Rine manyanga ari putirwe," which means that you can't wrap up something that's got horns.
Yeah, right. That's a
So
great
it's like,
saying.
yeah. So basically, that's the nature of the truth, man. Like you can try to wrap it up as many times as you want, man, but the horns are gonna show, man. Exactly.
Right.
It is what it is.
Something's gonna break through.
Something won't break through. It is what it
Hey.
is, brother.
All
My
right.
guy. I think
Well, yeah,
yeah.
it's coming to it.
Well,
So one last
we,
request I'd like to have
uh,
from you,
yep.
unless you've got something to you got something to quickly
I just want to say, okay,
please.
guys, just remember my new single King is that. King is that. Get on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Deezer, YouTube, Tidal, SoundCloud, everywhere you get your music, get it. And don't forget to follow me on Spotify, IG. More new shit coming. It's gonna be sick.
He's forever making, forever creating. Appreciate that. Um, oh, what the fuck was I also gonna say? Yeah, so I've added your track King to my Spotify playlist that's like attached to this show, which is
Thank
down the
you.
bottom on the right. There'll be links there for that and my YouTube and other stuff. So an easy way to get to that King single is through my playlist. You don't even have to search for it.
Nice, nice. You heard
Now
the man.
to kind of pay it forward, what track of like something that's maybe kind of local around the scene that you know is on Spotify can we add to this playlist of mine? Who would you like to kind of shout out?
Get Shorty Mike settle the score.
Yeah, okay, here we go. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shorty Mike. I love that.
Hmm.
Settle the score. Do. There it is. And add to playlist. Fucking beautiful. All right, well, Pettikash, my dude, I appreciate you coming on, coming getting grounded with me. I truly felt like we got there.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Um,
appreciate you. And yeah, let me know when the links up. Like I'll share I'll put the links up on my blog and everything. Like, yeah. I got you, man.
got you
Thanks
too.
for everything.
Loving it.
I appreciate you what you're doing.
Hey, and that's what it is. Big ups to everyone. Take it easy and catch you next time. Ciao.